often. All right, we've got Angie in the house. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, what do you
Hey,
got for us?
I got a question again.
Okay.
Um, no, let me back it up a bit. You remember about 3 weeks ago when I got on the hot seat and I told you about that man that I was seeing who was living in his ex-wife's home and
Okay.
I was watching the child every other week.
Okay.
Okay, remember about
Wait,
that
so
one?
he was living in the ex-wife's home and he watches which child every other
He
week?
watches his grandchild.
He watches his grandchild.
That's the
Okay.
one I told you about, and you told me to run because he was on like unsteady ground, just financial
Yes.
burden. Run. Okay, we
Okay.
ran. We ran.
What does
Okay,
that mean? Wait. When you say
I
we
ran.
ran,
He's
okay,
still
there's a big
calling me.
difference between we ran and I ran. So,
I
and
ran. I
okay.
took your advice. He still calls me, but I told him that something just wasn't right. I still think I think he divorced his wife, but I think that him and his wife are probably still living together,
Okay.
probably having sexual relations still. Something isn't right for him to spend all day long, the whole entire weekend with his ex wife and that baby, going
Okay.
off doing things together and didn't invite me. Something's not right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you ended the relationship. Are you still, when did you, so I'm assuming you did this in the last couple of weeks.
I did it after I got off the hot seat with you. He was, yeah, I got
Okay.
hot on him.
Okay. So I mean, I hope you made that decision from um, a calm, collected, logical, non-emotional. When I say emotional, I mean an impetuous place. I hope you made it with a lot of forethought. Would that be the case?
It was. I mean, I wasn't ugly to him. I just
Okay.
told him that, something just wasn't adding up.
Okay.
Something just didn't feel right within my soul.
Okay.
And
So this was a few weeks ago.
it was.
Okay. Have you spoken to him on the phone since then?
He calls me every day, texts
Okay,
me every
well,
day,
calling you
calls me
every
every
day
day.
is not the same as you picking up the phone. So what that means is you pick up the phone every time he calls you. Is that right?
Hmm.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Yes, you
I,
do. Why?
well, there's honest to God, there is no emotions with me and him. I mean, with on my part. When I started thinking about it and listening to you and what you were saying and the ladies were saying, I was like, "You're smarter than this, girl. You got to let this one go." And I don't know
Okay,
why.
so Angie, please forgive me. I'm going to ask everybody to hear what you just said.
Hmm.
He calls every day. I pick up the phone. I talk to him. I have no emotions.
Hmm.
Everybody who's watching this, please put in the chat box on a scale from 1 to 10, how delusional is Angie right now?
Angie's
I'm
dating someone
asking
else.
everybody to give us their opinion. We want to know because I'm going to tell you what you're doing. You're bypassing everything.
I'm seeing somebody else.
Okay.
I'm already
So
dating someone
Patricia thinks
else.
it's a 10. So you're seeing somebody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
When
I'm,
did you
I'm
meet
done.
this? When did you meet this person?
Oh, I met this guy that I'm seeing now. I met probably a year ago. He's in the healthcare profession. I'm a surgical tech, and he's a physical therapist.
So why do you
And
need to?
I met
Okay, then
him.
if you got this new guy, please forgive me for interrupting.
Hmm.
Why are you still talking to your ex?
I only saw the ex 5 times in 3 months. To me, I mean, it was more like maybe a relationship that was just a phone based. You
Okay,
know what I
so
mean? It wasn't really a seeing each other face to face. 5 times isn't nothing in 3 months.
okay, but there's still you communicate every single day. You have a tether to him. What is the tether?
I don't know if it's curiosity. See, he never will admit that he's having anything to do with his ex.
Okay.
And basically when he calls, I just listen to him. I don't say
Why?
much.
Why are you investing your time?
Well, I want to tell him not to call me back. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. I don't know if it's shame or if it's guilt, or I don't know. I just haven't done it yet. I need to. Very
So
soon, I
you
need to
said
tell him.
shame or guilt? What is the shame you're feeling?
Maybe for, I don't know. I mean, he calls me and I feel like, well, he really needs to talk to me, or he really wants to talk to me. Maybe he's had a rough day. Maybe I can just, be there for him and make him feel better when I need to worry about myself and not him.
See, now you just said the first time you've said something that's or what I can relate to. So you're enabling him, is what you're doing. You're not
Yeah.
benefiting him. So you're
Right.
saying, oh, guilt or shame, and he needs me, but you're enabling him in this particular case, and you're not
Mhm.
standing in your power, especially
Right.
now that you're seeing a new guy. Have you slept with the new guy?
I have. I've been seeing
Okay.
him off and on for a year. I've already broke up with this guy 2 times in the past. We were together for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And, you've told me before, hey, Angie, you're too pushy and you're not giving it enough time in the relationship. You need to give it 3 months to 6 months and kind of just, let it be.
Okay.
And I kind of took your advice on that when, 2 weeks isn't enough. Let me do what Jonathan says and let me just give him 3 months or 6 months, keep the pressure off and see where it goes, from there. Because before I only gave him 2 weeks and I was done.
So let's talk about this new guy. Okay.
Uh
So
huh.
you reconnected within the last 3 weeks. You've had sex.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys exploring a fully committed relationship together?
Are we what?
Is this a
My phone's
casual
breaking.
relationship?
No, he's telling me that, he wants us. Let me back up.
Okay.
Okay. When we first got met on the dating app, me and him both
Wait,
live
which
very
guy? The
busy
new
lives. We
guy,
work
the
a lot
new
of
guy,
hours.
the new
The
guy.
new guy, the new guy,
Okay. Okay.
the new guy.
Okay.
Okay, it took us about 3 weeks to actually meet at a mutual place.
Okay.
So we met about 3 weeks because of our schedules are just so busy. We
Okay.
did meet and we met at a mutual location. We didn't eat anything. We just sat around and talked for about an hour. So it was like a
Okay.
meet and greet. About 3 weeks later, he kept asking me, he goes, why don't you, immediately, he goes, why don't you spend the night? And I
Okay.
said, what you mean spend the night? I said, we haven't even been on a date yet.
Okay.
So this went on for about 4 months. And
Okay.
he never asked me out on a date. And I said, you know what?
But
I'm
you had
not the kind
sex
of
with
girl
him.
that
You
you're
had
looking for.
sex
No,
with
no,
him.
no, no, not
Okay.
then. No, 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 not then. So then after 4 months, I broke up with him. About a month
Okay.
later, he contacts me again and says, I really miss you. Can we try again? I said, I don't know. Can we? I said, you tell me. He goes, well, I was trying to get you to my house. And I said, listen, me and you's on two different levels here because I'm not your
Okay.
whore. So he goes, well, Tyler, quit. He says, uh, just once I find out that the sex is good and that we are compatible, sexually compatible, you'll have me and we'll be in a relationship and you won't have to worry about it. And I said, you know what? And this was 5 months into it that
Okay.
had not even been on a date. I said, you know what? This is not my behavior, but I have nothing
Okay.
to lose. Why not? So I went over there. He made me dinner. We watched a couple of movies. We ended up sleeping together.
Okay.
The next morning, I got up and I left. I was
Okay.
busy. He was busy. I left. Um, then after about maybe 2 weeks, I didn't. He had his son every other week,
Okay.
and I went to Las Vegas. I come back, and he waited 2 weeks to contact me,
Okay.
and he never sent me a text message. He never called me. He's never called me but one time in a year. He just doesn't talk on the phone. So I
Okay.
got mad about it and I said, we're done. So he called me back last week and said, Angie, can we try again? And
Okay.
I said, listen, I feel like we're in some kind of a cycle that needs to be broke somewhere.
Okay.
So I went back over there, but he's like a man of few words.
Okay.
He still hasn't asked me out to go anywhere with him. I don't know whether I should just shut my mouth and sit back and just let 3 months go by and let him do him and
Okay.
see how he's going to be in 3 or 6 months, or because I'm real aggressive and I'm right now wanting to tell him, hey, we're still in the cycle. It needs to be
Okay,
broke.
so let's put a thumbnail here. What do you need help with?
I want him. What I want is I want to know how I can get him to start calling me, because he never does,
Wait,
but I never
so I
call
just
him
want to be
either.
clear, the new guy,
The
okay?
new guy,
You
not
want to
the
get
old
him,
guy.
you want to know how to start to get him call you? Stop taking phone calls from the old guy.
It didn't
Stop
work the
taking
first
phone calls
time.
from the old guy, and this new guy will start calling you. You're on the phone with the old guy so much that the new guy doesn't have room to call you.
He for a
By the
whole
way,
year.
Jolene, do you want to jump in on this?
Um, can
For
you
a
hear
year,
me?
Did you want your own, or did you want to jump in on
I
this
do want
conversation?
my own, but I can jump in on this too.
Let's hear what you have to say,
I
Jolene.
can jump in on this big time. I am 48 years old as of 2 months ago, and I have been exactly where you are, sweetheart. And he's 100% right. I've given so much energy to people that they've not allowed me to have the energy in for new people. So I've been so wrapped up on trying to make sure they're okay. You strike me as a people pleaser. You strike me as someone who wants to
Yeah.
make sure everybody around you is okay
Mm-hmm.
at the risk of yourself being okay.
Yep.
How can
Yep.
I say this? Because I am you. That's
Yeah.
how. And
All right.
thank
So
you.
what advice, Jolene, what advice should we give Angie here?
The advice I don't take on my own. Uh, it's you do. Oh my God. Why am I doing your job, Jonathan? I'm like
I'm
sitting
just
here going over
I
I'm
want her
going
to
over
hear
in
it
my
from
own head.
somebody, because you know what? She doesn't listen. She listened to my advice to end
I
it,
did.
but she's not. But my advice now is stop
Listen.
enabling him and move on. Give this new guy, express to your new guy what your needs are in the relationship,
And if
and
they
hold
walk, they
steadfast
walk,
to your
right?
needs.
If they
Huh?
walk, they walk, right? Because every
Exactly.
time I start expressing what my actual needs are to a man, they just
They
run.
run.
They run like raccoons in the night. They run. And it's just like all I
By the way,
said.
whoa, Jolene, the right guy won't run away. When you speak your truth to the right person, when you're from a
Well, how many
sincere
fucking
place.
frogs do I have to kiss?
Well, these
I'm
days you
starting
have to
to get
kiss
warmed here, man.
147. I'm just making that up. Angie, I'm going to let Jolene take the screen. Did we
No.
help you? Are you going to take our advice?
I
Take
am, but I
his
still want to know
advice.
one quick
Take
thing.
mine. I
How
don't.
long? How long do I need to
We
let
all
this
want to
guy
know the
run like
answer.
this without calling me or
First off, with
contacting
the
me or
new
anything
guy,
before I jump in?
immediately express your needs, and the old guy, stop taking his calls. That's our advice. We're going to wish, I'm going to
Gotcha.
give you a
I'm
big,
going to
gigantic
agree with
Jonathan
him on
Bear
that.
hug, okay?
I'm going to agree
Love
with you on
y'all.
that. And it's
All
going to
right.
take a
Big hug.
minute, girl.
All right, Jolene, you're
I
in the house.
am an asshole, dude.
Well, you're
I'm
not
just
an
gonna start
asshole.
that way. No, I was in a situationship for 2.5 years with a guy that was significantly younger than me. Because dating in your upper 40s, early 50s, especially when you look younger, which I know I do, so it's a blessing and a curse.
Okay.
But it's like when I feel like when I go out with guys my own age, they just don't match my energy at all. Like,
Okay.
it's not fun. It looks like some dude, look, believe me, I've heard plenty about how I hurt you. Okay, whatever. He's texting as we're speaking. Here's the deal. 2.5 years, very damaged guy. Very damaged.
Wait. Before we go any further, Jolene, let me be clear on what train track we're going on.
Okay.
So ask me a question first. And by the way, I want to demonstrate good communication skills. So when I want you to
Thank you. I
teach
don't have
everybody what good communication skills are by asking a question. And when you start going down the rabbit hole, I'm going to bring you back. What is your question first?
My question first is, after being dumped after 2.5 years,
Okay.
2 days after I got out of the hospital, I had a stroke 2 months ago.
Okay.
48 happens, to a bunch of us. It happened to Justin Bieber. He's 30. Um,
So I'm going to do this again. What is your question?
After that,
After being
should I
dumped
have
after a
just
2.5 year, what?
should I have just cut off ties at that point?
Okay.
Like, should
So,
that have been like the biggest sign to me
so
ever?
let me ask you a question. You used the word dumped. What was his reason for ending the relationship?
Oh my God, this is going to sound so typical to you.
Okay.
You deserve someone better.
Okay.
You deserve someone that can give you more than I can.
Okay.
And you've just been so good to me. And he told me that this was bad. That when I would cuddle up to him sometimes, he felt icky because I was
So I
giving
want
him
to ask you a question. Did
Please.
he meet all of your needs in the relationship?
No, but enough of them that it sedated me.
Okay, so
It was
you
enough of-
were experiencing just enough to stay stable in the relationship. Okay.
Yeah, just
So
enough to
he
keep me
obviously thought you wanted something more.
More.
Is that was it a valid feeling? Did he believe that you wanted more than what he could give?
I don't know how valid that would be because
Well, I'm asking you,
no,
you
no.
said you weren't getting your needs met.
Okay.
So you made requests for things that he wasn't able to meet. So
Okay.
if he wasn't able to meet them, his reaction to say, I can't give you what you want is a very valid reaction.
Okay, it is. It is. It is.
Okay. So now you use the word dumped. That sounds like a victim. So why did you choose that choice of
I
words?
felt dumped because, like I said, it was.
Did it come out of the blue?
Yeah.
So you're
I
telling me
was-
for 2.5 months or 2.5 years, perfect, perfect, perfect,
we
perfect,
broke up
perfect,
a
and then
couple
boom, gone.
before. Like,
What?
It's happened before, but it was
Okay,
always
so
on like a couple of days or like a week or maybe
Okay.
2 weeks. This has been the longest of the breakup.
Okay.
And he is trying to blame the breakup on me.
Wait a
And
minute. It's been 2.5 months since the ending. Do the two of you still communicate?
we went out for lunch earlier this month. We're still
And
in.
what happened at the lunch?
We had a really good time. It was like a friendship time. It really was. It was
Okay.
nice. It was almost like the first time we met, because when we first met, it was purely friendship. Like,
Okay.
the guy was 33, I was 45 at the time. I did not think anything major would happen out of this. I thought it was like, kind of like I can curse on here, right? Because you do all
You
the
can
time.
curse on here.
Okay. He gave fuckboy vibes. And
Okay.
at that time, that was kind of like what I kind of wanted. And then I don't know what the hell happened, dude. Somewhere in all of that, feelings started happening.
So
And we were
so
both
let's
like,
come back. I'm going to interrupt because we're
Okay.
going to be cutting. We're going to be wrapping
yeah, I
up
know.
soon.
I'm
So what is your question? And by the way, I'm asking you to demonstrate for everybody who's listening good communication skills by asking a question that's coherent and
But you
and without giving the story. What is your question?
Here's the problem with asking a question.
What?
You usually don't want the right answer.
Well,
Like,
that's one.
so-
By the way, now no, women just want to talk. If you want to know the truth, and by the way, women just want to ramble. I'm asking the real question is, do you want help or don't you want help? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, so ask me a question.
Okay. Because then I have to admit it to myself. All right. What is it that I could possibly do? Here's my question.
Okay.
To get back to where we were 3 years ago. I already know
Okay.
you're
Okay. Let's stop right there. First off, I just want to give you a big, gigantic Jonathan Bear hug because I can tell you're hurting. I can really tell you're hurting.
I am.
Okay. And I know that you have an attachment to this person that is most likely an insecure attachment with this person.
Yeah.
It's not coming from a healthy place.
It could be anxiety as well.
Well, it's so it sounds like you have what's known as an anxious attachment towards this person, and it sounds like he might have an avoidant attachment. So the two of you were involved in an insecure attached relationship. It wasn't healthy, based just cursory. Here's my advice to you. I encourage you, I implore you to go seek therapy.
Oh no,
Because I can't tell you, I cannot give you any magic words. There are no magic words that exist to change how he feels right now. And all the wishing on the planet is not going to change that. Even you yourself, you don't want to hear this answer because you'd rather live in the delusion or illusion that you could actually convince this person to do something he doesn't want to do.
I'm a Leo.
Okay.
I think I can convince anybody of anything,
Well,
anytime.
I'm a Leo, and I've learned that that's a delusion. Okay. So you either grow up, okay, emotionally speaking, you grow up, and I'm inviting you to go and seek professional help because and this is my advice for you to seek professional help because it will actually heal your heart. You're hurting right now. I implore you, even if it's calling betterhelp.com or something, start talking to a professional about this, okay? Because I'm going to give you the tough love answer. This is
No,
the
I
love
want the
seat,
tough love.
seat.
I'm used to the tough love, dude.
Okay, but it's still, okay? I'm here to encourage you to go seek help, emotional help, okay? Let this relationship, this guy, pardon me?
I don't want to keep having to go after like younger men to
Well,
think
that's a whole, now you're going down another rabbit hole. Why not heal? By the way, let me give you this advice and we're going to wrap up, okay? Take a break from all dating. Take a break from relationship. Heal yourself. Do the work as I talk about in my book, What the Heck is Self-Love Anyway? And by the way, this is just a guide to start investing in your own heart, sweetheart. And I say this with a lot of love and a lot of care. Right now, you need to invest in yourself, not in another relationship, because you won't get your, by the way, doing this over and over will only yield the same results. Okay. So can I reach into the camera and give you a big hug?
Please.
Okay. Thank you for being brave enough to being on. I send you a lot of love and I hope you heal. Okay.
Yeah, me too. And I hope anybody that's seen this can pull a little page out of my book and listen to you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being on. We appreciate you. And thank you for sharing what you did to Angie as well. All right. Jolene was brave enough to join us live. In both cases, we had two women in both cases. One is enabling a man by continually to communicate with them. Both of these women have a need. Their need is to feel most likely validated by other sources outside of themselves. Okay. When we give our power away to other human beings, when we need validation from another human being to feel good about ourselves, we are virtually giving our power away. The inner work that required to move into a healthy space in our life takes tremendous courage. And it's understandable that she's in pain and even Angie's in pain. And I give both of them, Jolene and Angie, a lot of love. But I'm here to encourage everyone who witnessed this And even if you find yourself in the same place, go seek professional help. I'm a big I'm a big proponent of personal development, self-help, spiritual work, and therapy to peel the onion so you can begin to love on yourself. Because when you love yourself, you won't find yourself jonesing over another person or enabling another person, as in these two cases. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating with you? If this did resonate with you, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Post a comment below. I do my best to read them all in the first 24 hours. As always, if you find value in my videos, please hit that like button. Please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of new videos. Also, if you want to connect with me directly, hey, there's links below to schedule a discovery call with me to see if working with a coach is right for you. There's a link to join my group called Midlife Love Mastery. There's a link to get all the books I recommend, to follow me on Instagram, to get my dating vows, all listed below.